These two teams have been certainly very dominant over the course of Conference USA basketball in the last few seasons. And the Blue Raiders, Katie Hall, already have a win over Tennessee this year. They've got a win over DePaul, and they take it right inside. And one of several foreign players immediately gets on the scoreboard for this Blue Raiders team. That was Boldareva inside on the first bucket. And you see the starting lineup for Louisiana Tech. It's going to be important for the Lady Techsters to be able to convert some shots from distance. They're going to have some opportunities for mid-range jumpers and the three ball. Pull-up jump shot won't go, missed by Robin Lee. Robin Lee had some big moments against Sam Houston on Saturday.
She sure did, and I like the pull-up right there because the big presence inside that the Lady Raiders do have, but the big girl is still altering shots, even though she didn't get a credited block there.
There are players from Russia on this Middle Tennessee team, from Africa, and also from Hungary. 4 on the shot clock. The drive down the left side. The shot is up in time, tipped around off of the post player, Boldareva.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech did a great job of blocking them out. Just kind of got unfortunate with how the ball bounced to get the offensive rebound for the Raiders.
And then Boldareva was right there to take the easy pass across the lane for the layup. She's got 4 points in the early going. 4-0 Middle Tennessee leading. This Blue Raiders team has been really good under Rick Insell for a long time. Robertson will shoot it from there occasionally, but didn't this time. Lee penetrates, hangs in the air, and scores off the backboard.
Wait, that was a very good body control. I love how she was able to use her body and be able to go up strong through contact there. And she was very poised, even though the big side inside presence was there.
She's not the biggest guard that you'll find in the league, but she does have great body control and can take a lick. There's a three ball up and in from Jalen Gregory.
Yeah, that was a quick release and a beautiful stroke by number 10, Gregory, right there.
Robertson will take the three, and it's a little bit short. It hit the front rim and then kicked out.
If that shot could go down for the Lady Textures, that would really extend out the inside presence of Boldareva and give them some hope inside.
Savannah Wheeler wheels inside, and she scores on the layup as well, as the Lady Texters were unable to cut her off. Wheeler now is just 2 points away after that bucket from cracking the top 10 all-time in Conference USA scoring.
Well, that girl knows how to put the ball in the bucket.
And so does Robertson on the other end, using the left hand from the left side.
Great penetration there by Lee to be able to draw 2 defenders and dump it down to Robertson on the opposite block.
But we're on a Wheeler watch tonight. She needs 2 points from getting into the top 10 all-time in Conference USA scoring.
I love that. Little Wheeler watch.
We'll see how it works out for number 4 in blue. Offensive rebound put back in. Good second effort by Tamaya Scott. Nobody blocked her out, and Scott was able to quickly get to her own miss.
Yes, I like how she was quick to the ball. Very athletic.
The three is up, and it's left a little bit short. Robertson keeps it alive. Tips it out to a teammate. That three rattles out. Couple of good looks there from three-point range. Morris couldn't get the second one to go. 11-4, Middle Tennessee off to a 7-point lead. And Katie, this is a team under Rick Insell that does not substitute a lot. They won't go past 7 or 8 players.
Yes, these girls are probably going to be in good shape, even though they have not played a game since January 30th. But right now they're looking fresh, and like you said, they're probably not going to sub much, so they're probably used to playing all these minutes.
Yeah, it's been 11 days or so from the last game. Tamaya Scott there followed her first layup with another one. She is quick to the bucket, isn't she?
Man, this is going to be a good showdown inside there with a mismatch with Robertson. She's got to like that.
And she's hacked across the jaw and goes down. Robertson has been a mainstay in the lineup for Louisiana Tech a long time. And you can see the contact right there, the foul on Whitson.
I liked how Robertson faced up. She actually had the shot when she originally reverse pivoted on that, but I liked how she faced up to create space and then try to drive.
Louisiana Tech has made a substitution. Kate Thompson is in the game now. And the Lady Techsters
got called
turn
for
it over.
a turnover.
Nativi on the foul, I believe.
It might have been on the screen by Amaya, number 24, trying to set a screen to free up some of her teammates.
It's been a hot start for Middle Tennessee here in Ruston. The Russian puts it on the floor, fakes right, spins left, comes back right, and scores. Boulder Rava has been a force inside already. Louisiana Tech has had no answer for her. She's got 6 points early.
That was just a very nice, composed move that she made and stepped through. Very patient with it.
Guillory gives it to Thompson, spinning a couple of times, uses the left hand, keeps it a little bit short. Boulder Rava altered that shot and then gets the rebound. She'll take a three. It's off the iron. It bounces deep to Thompson. Here comes Morris. Thompson will not shoot from there. Couple of dribbles, looking to get it to Guillory. Now this is Morris. Double teamed as she streaks through the lane. Kicks it down to Brannon. And she is fouled as she shoots. Brannon will go to the free throw line. Amaya Brannon, of course, was on the shelf for 10 months because of ACL surgery. And we'll take a timeout. Brannon will be shooting free throws when we return. It's been a good start for the Blue Raiders. They lead Louisiana Tech in Ruston 15-4.
Welcome to Trenton Dental Center and Trenton Sleep Solutions. I'm Dr. Paige Valentine, the official dentist of Louisiana Tech Athletics. Come see what we have to offer.
We do it all. We do it all.
Hundreds of majors, an amazing campus, faculty mentors. You can find what you're looking for at Middle Tennessee State, the University of Opportunities. We do it all.
Coming to Louisiana Tech University felt like I was coming home.
I toured about 6 months before it was supposed to be done with my senior year, and I just fell in love with the campus.
Everybody's so nice here. Everybody's very open and social, and I just love the environment.
I knew being on this campus, I would get the academic attention I needed to pursue my career. I chose Tech because the second I came on tour, it just felt like home, and everyone was so nice to me, and I love it. It's the best decision ever.
Welcome back to Ruston, everyone. It's been a very crisp start. Middle Tennessee is 7 of 10 in the first half from the floor, and that has proved to be good enough for an 11-point lead. You see Rick Ensel, he's in his 19th season, won well over 400 games in Murfreesboro. This is one of the very best coaches in America. 443 wins, only 155 losses. That's the most wins in program history. 11 times he's gone to NCAA postseason play. And Middle Tennessee will again be a force to be dealt with in Conference USA. Brannon at the free throw line. Her first free throw is good. And Louisiana Tech will need everything it can get from every position on the court today, including the free throw line.
Yeah, I remember when I was coaching here at Louisiana Tech, we were recruiting players from Tennessee, and he was actually a just very well-respected high school and AAU program that he had there. So he's just been in the game for so long, and a lot of people really, he's got a high standards and very well known for him.
Good defense by Nativi, as she was able to cut off to Maya Scott, who twice had taken defenders down low and scored.
Yeah, she may be a trouble for them. I feel like she can get hot and be able to work the inside and work the board. She's very athletic and very quick to the ball.
Thompson comes up short from three-point range. And Guillory will go to the bench as Brooke Storr brings in Robertson. So they've got their two biggest players in the game right now in Thompson and Robertson, and that's to try to be a little bit tougher around the rim.
Yeah, going with the big lineup here.
But there's been no stopping Tamaya Scott so far. Scott with 3 buckets. She and Boulder Rava lead with 6 points apiece for the Middle Tennessee team. And Middle Tennessee always has been known for man-to-man defense and an up-tempo game, and they've scored 17 points in the first quarter with 3 minutes remaining.
It's pretty efficient, what you say, on the offensive end.
Very.
And then defensively, they're really, like you said, playing excellent, tough man-to-man defense.
Thompson comes up with the offensive rebound, but cannot get the 7-foot follow shot to go. And so far, Louisiana Tech is suffering through a first quarter where the shooting percentage has not been good. Katie, it's been strange this year. Louisiana Tech has had games that just can't find the bucket despite getting some good shots. And then over the course of a 4-game winning streak, Louisiana Tech really shot well, didn't shoot well in the win against Sam Houston State until the second half. But it's been odd the way this team has worked for good shots. And at times, over long periods of time, they have not gone down.
Wow, that can be frustrating, too, as players, that you're kind of working through those, the streakiness of it all.
Robertson muscles her way in.
If Robertson can get some points on the block against Bolde Rava, I'm still going to work on that name. I tell you, these Russian names are pretty brutal, but I tell you, if they can get some inside points from Robertson, that's going to be very good for Lady Texters.
Bolde Rava thought about taking the 3, gives it off to Wheeler. This is Scott. Over to Wheeler. Boulder Rava sets the pick. Wheeler comes up firing from a step behind the free throw line. Misses. Rebound hits the floor. Robertson picks it up. Tech has numbers now. Morris is cut off on the baseline. Bates, who can be a really effective three-point shooter. Nativi, the Italian. Couple of dribbles, still controlling it. Goes back with the right hand. Gets it down to Thompson, 8 on the shot clock. Thompson is open. Thompson shoots. Thompson bangs it home.
I tell you, her last 2 shots that she's taken, that one went down, even but the one before did not for her. But I like how she's shooting with confidence. She's squaring up, and she's expecting that ball to go in.
Getting lift with the legs and that slight backspin, which deadens it upon contact. That's a big bucket. Louisiana Tech trailing by 7. Robertson really going to work on Boulder Rava down low. Shot clock at 6. Boulder Rava backs out. Shoots over Robertson. No good. Thompson with a rebound.
That's the shot they're going to want to have her to take.
Uh-oh, let's see. Blocking foul. A foul on Gregory. Jalen tried to get position and slam herself to a stop. She put on the brakes, but not quickly enough.
Yeah, with Boulder Rava shooting that turnaround jumper around the elbow, that's going to be the shot I would think the Lady Texans would want her to take. I like her stroke. It's really pretty coming off her hand, even the three-point shot she attempted earlier. But that right there, that could be a great option for them.
Here's the collision, and the defender was not set. So a defensive foul, and meanwhile, this Middle Tennessee lineup has gotten bigger with Yulia Grabovsky in the game right now. She stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. She's the tallest player on the court. And a traveling violation will give it back to Middle Tennessee. An extra step by Robin Lee as she got into trouble getting down low, got double teamed, and that pivot foot came off the court.
Yeah, that was a pretty good little trap they had. Big, tall, lengthy arms all out. And it's kind of hard to be able to split that and get a pass out of it. And hopefully the Lady Texans can make that pass out of there and tack on an advantage with them trapping the ball.
Worm has come into the game for Louisiana Tech. She played well off the bench against Sam Houston State. Mackenzie Worm, a 6'4 junior from Allen, Texas, who wears the white jersey and is number 33. That's Worm on the block. Immediately comes off the bench and rejects it. Lee on the move. Hangs and scores with the left hand. She loves diet drinks, okay? But she's very discriminating. She drinks Diet Pepsis out of the can, and that's the only container that she'll drink the Diet Pepsi from. She loves Diet Coke as well. She'll only drink fountain drinks from Diet Coke. But during the game, it's unsweetened tea.
Unsweet tea. Hey, girl knows what she likes. Worm with the bucket from the top of the key. Boy, coming in with the block. Now a 1-from-1 from the field. You got to be able to stretch that defense with a big girl like that.
You know, she's slight of build, and these plays that she's had over the last couple of games has really helped her confidence. You can see it in her face. She's just playing with more gusto, more vigor. She's going to try to defend here against the taller Russian and forces a shot that was maybe altered. Here comes Louisiana Tech. A chance to tie with a long ball, a chance to get within one with a deuce. Now TV looks at it from three-point range, goes back door to Guillory, hooks it up, and it's blocked. That one rejected by Breva.
Well, she's kind of testing the waters, getting in there with the big girls. Thought she could get away with a little scoop from underneath the basket, but next time maybe she'll maybe pass it back out.
Lee doing a great job deflecting that ball and then off of the Blue Raider out of bounds into the Louisiana Tech bench. But that was Lee really digging in defensively.
Yeah, she's getting a little aggressive on the ball, causing that turnover.
Sifa Ineza has checked into the game for the Blue Raiders. She wears number 0. And she is guarding Guillory. The TV points Guillory out of the way. Now goes back to Worm at the top. Hand off to the lefty. Shoots the three. And she backs it.
She's been waiting to kind of get freed up to get that 3-ball up. And that time she was able to get a little screen, a little good ball reversal, and stepped into her shot. What a beautiful left-handed shot there.
They call her Buzzer Beater Bates, and Salma Bates just ripped one home from three-point range. We are tied at 17. A chance for Louisiana Tech to take the lead. Bates down court, lays it in, and here come the Lady Techsters. They have the lead for the first time. They've come from a big early first quarter deficit and have taken a 19-17 lead.
And again, it goes back to just that little spark that ignites that positive momentum for the Louisiana Tech Lady Techsters.
Oh, that's a heck of a pass, and then another one, but Breva left it short from point-blank range. Nativi for 3. It's coming up short.
That was a great look. I like how they penetrated to the paint and kicked out to the shooter. There, it got the momentum. What a great look. It just didn't go down.
And taking the baseline is Scott again. She's got 4 buckets, and they've all been just like that, either from the baseline or down the right side of the lane.
Yeah, the TV fell down right there, and it gave her a chance to just have an open lane to the basket.
Scott with 8 points to lead everybody. Nativi kicks it to Worm, 10-footer, left short, a little bit flat on that shot. And here come the Blue Raiders, and they lope into front court. This is Jalen Gregory, guarded by Nativi.
Yeah.
Multiple substitutions will be coming in. 4 new players as Worm is there. 4 new players for the Lady Techsters and 1 for the Blue Raiders, kneeling at the scorer's table.
Yeah, I think Worm's really needing a little break right here. She's giving her all.
Guillory for 3, on line, but a little bit off. Run down by Nativi. Finds Bates, open 3, no. Rebound to Breva.
Great find there by Nativi.
That's a couple of good looks, though. Those are the shots that you want to take. Whitson, guarded by Lee. Lee now switches off on Gregory. They go down low. Breva travels. And I'm going to tell you something. Worm has made a difference. She has made a difference on both ends of the court. She's winded right now. She's going up against a much more physical player in Anastasia Boldareva. But Worm has made a difference in this comeback effort by Louisiana Tech.
Yes, that may be the matchup that they may need to keep going back at whenever Boldareva comes back in.
Anya Bukowicz is in the game for the first time for Louisiana Tech, number 45 in white. This is Brannon. Leaves it for Robertson, and she shoots and scores from about 12 feet away on the baseline.
You get her catching in rhythm like that, that's a beautiful stroke that Robertson has. She can face up to the basket, she can put it back to the basket. She's a very versatile player, but she's very deadly within the 10 feet of the basket.
She's capable of scoring in the upper teens or more, but she's got to look for her shot. Sometimes she's a little bit hesitant. She's a veteran. She's been through about everything you can go through during a college career, but she's just not a selfish player. She ought to be a little more selfish, in my opinion.
I agree. She works hard for the ball every trip down the floor. And honestly, I really feel like the ball should touch her hands every time, even if it's not to score, but to kick out and get it inside out.
She's a good passer, a very unselfish passer. Also, one of the all-time leading free throw shooters for a career at Louisiana Tech, number 44, Robertson in white.
I bet you her head coach can beat her still in a free throw competition.
Well, yeah, she could beat most people.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Brooke Storr, well over 90%. I said 90% for her career. She led the country in free throw percentage one year when she was playing here at Louisiana Tech. Scott at the free throw line makes them count.
Yep, I was on that staff when she was knocking down all those free throws.
She told me she missed, one season she missed only 2 free throws.
Yep,
and they came in back-to-back games on the home court. The TV tried to anticipate Robertson, and there's some contact. And a foul called against Middle Tennessee. 4:59 to go in the second quarter. Let's catch our breaths, shall we? 21 each. Louisiana Tech has come from a big deficit to tie this game.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Do you snore?
Like a freight train.
Do you kick at night when falling asleep?
Like a mule.
Do you keep your significant other from getting quality rest?
Yes.
Then an adjustable base is the solution you need. At American Mattress Outlet, we'll help you get the sleep you deserve. Wake up on the right side of the bed, because strangling your spouse is against the law.
We're American Mattress Outlet. You don't have to go into debt to get a great night's sleep.
I have a voice. You have a voice.
We have a voice.
Our voices can be heard outside of sports.
As a student athlete, we have a platform.
Now more than ever.
It's important that we listen,
learn,
and lead.
And use our voices for change.
We can all do more.
Now is the time to make a difference.
This is our chance to make a better tomorrow.
Together, we will continue the conversation.
We have a voice.
Welcome back everyone. Let's take a look at some Conference USA standings as we plow into CUSA League play. FIU 10-5 overall. Western Kentucky is 10-6. Middle Tennessee 10-4. And nobody has played more than one conference game to this point. This is the second conference game for the Lady Texters. They got by Sam Houston State last Saturday for a career win number 1,200. One of only 5 teams in America ever to reach that number. Nativi puts it on the floor, and that's almost stolen out of the hands of Anya Bukowicz. 5 on the shot clock.
I'm about to say the same thing.
Four on the shot clock now. Brooke Storr calling out a play from the bench.
That's a tough spot there to have a throw an inbounds play for.
Robertson for three from distance, left it a little bit short. 6 more inches on her setup would have made a big difference.
Yeah, I felt like that ball kind of really, she didn't get set. She had enough time to get set. She kind of rushed her a little bit.
4:25 to go in the second quarter. Louisiana Tech has played much better after the first 7 or 8 minutes of this game, in which the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders just came roaring out of the gates and established a big lead. But Louisiana Tech has come back.
Well, I was wondering how long that Boldereva would sit on the bench, but here she is just getting back in.
She's number 2 in blue. A tall and active post player from Russia.
Where are we at on the Wheeler watch? We got 2 points, 2 more points.
She needs 2 more to break into the top 10 all-time scoring in Conference USA. This is the Russian. Robertson kind of got hung up there. Looked like an awkward angle. And wasn't much defense against Boldereva there.
Well, let me tell you what I love that Boldereva did right there. She posted up, got the ball, didn't like what she wanted, kicked it out, reposted and got deeper. And that just makes it tough.
Robertson with a deep deuce. And she's capable of hitting that 18, 19-foot shot.
Yeah, I like her stroke. If she continues to hit that, it's going to stretch the defense out and get the number 2, Boldereva, out from the paint.
We've got a dandy brewing in Ruston. It's 23 apiece. Open 3. Rolls off. Boldereva pulls off the one-handed rebound. This for 3. Missed it left from Wheeler. But momentarily, the Blue Raiders get it back and then contact with the end line.
There was a great hustle play by Courtney Whitson there, number 33 for the Lady Raiders. I liked how she was able to crash the boards offensively. Stepped out of bounds, but that's got to be a good effort by her.
An open 3. Got it! There's your three-point shooter, Selma Bates.
That was a great find by Bukowicz.
And this is the biggest lead for Louisiana Tech, 26-23. Worm pokes it away, and it's into the Louisiana Tech bench off of the Lady Texers. But I am really impressed by Mackenzie Worm, and was so in her relief effort against Sam Houston on Saturday.
Yeah, she's definitely grown in her confidence.
Worm tips that one away. She was holding her ground. Boy, it's fun to watch those 2 angular post players go at each other, isn't it?
Yeah, I like watching both of these teams play defense. Boy, if anybody's watching some man-to-man defense, wants to see it, they need to watch this, because I like how both of these teams, they just grind hard.
It's very rare that the Blue Raiders ever get out of a man-to-man. That's been their calling card for many, many years. Now, they will switch occasionally, but not very often. This for 3 after a series of passes online but long against Gregory. Tipped around, and Boldereva is able to take it away.
Yeah, you said that the Lady Raiders played some defense a long time. But I tell you what, Lady Texers are known for their man-to-man for decades. Not centuries, but decades. And
there's Worm again.
Another block.
Worm rejects it from Boldereva. She has been a spark plug defensively and has a bucket.
And I tell you, a little shove right there by Boldereva coming down the court in transition.
And they got her.
Oh, they got her right then, too. Okay, but she did it earlier. She's frustrated.
Yet. Boldereva is a really active player. This is number 2 in blue. Gets the foul. Right here, apparently. Or maybe before that, actually.
It may have been a makeup call, because I think he missed it the first time around.
Morris missed from 3. This a long 3. Comes up a little bit short from Whitson.
Boldereva did a great job of getting the hand on the ball on that rebound there to tip it to her teammate.
Sometimes it's not gaining immediate possession, but if you can flail away and keep it alive, you're giving your team a chance, and that's what Boldereva has done on 3 occasions in this first half. Gregory with 2 to shoot. This will count if it goes. There's Boulder-Reva again, but can't take it away from Bukovic. Bukovic gets to the three-point line. This is Worm. Now, she won't shoot it from there. She hands it off to Bates. Nativi in trouble down on the baseline and travels. Boy, that is a tough place to go because when they triple team you down there, you got the baseline playing defense, so to speak, and then you're surrounded. You've just got nowhere to go when you are forced to stop underneath the rim.
Yeah, every once in a while you can get away with it, but if you try to do it over and over again, you're going to get caught either hitting the baseline or getting a charge. It's just not a really great angle to go into the post or into the paint.
Scott backs away. They've got Bukovic on Scott. We'll see how that matchup works out. Scott has been really good. Here's the Russian dipping her shoulder and lays it in. Kind of a semi-scoop layup. Boulder-Reva.
Yeah,
Boldyreva. Pronounced Boulder-Reva.
That's tough. I mean, you got her isolated on the block. Can't help off. You got Gregory on the baseline there. You can't help off of her because she'll knock down a three. It's a great finish by Boulder-Reva.
Worm with the miss. A little bit of fatigue perhaps on that shot. She couldn't get it over the rim. 15 seconds to play in the second quarter. We will have Louisiana Tech's new president on at halftime. Dr. Jim Henderson will join us. 3 seconds. 4, 2, and that one spins in. Once again, it's Tamaya Scott.
Boulder-Reva. And we'll see what the first few minutes of this second half is going to be very crucial for both teams and what kind of tone they're going to set.
The leading scorers for Louisiana Tech at halftime, Robertson with 8 points, and Bates also has 8. And Boulder-Reva has 10 with 12 by Scott. So Scott especially was able to really rip her way into the rim and get several layups. There's a blocking foul on Lee, an inadvertent piece of contact there, but certainly a foul.
Yes, they did a really hard hedge on the post and guard screens, on-ball screens are right there. That should have been an automatic switch with the guard to guard. I felt like they were doing that in the first half. Maybe they're changing up here. I don't know.
Shot clock was set back at 20.
Well, I tell you, with Wheeler averaging 16 points a game, he's only got 2 points in the first half, so that's got to be something good that the Lady Techs should talk about at halftime.
Robertson comes sailing in, gambling to try to get that pass. She didn't quite get there, and the easy drop in by Boulder-Reva. Here's Lee on the weave. Takes it down the left side. The ball is knocked loose by Wheeler and picked up by Gregory. Gregory with a terrific pass down to Wheeler, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a beautiful heads-up play by Gregory. The whole time, if anybody's watching this game right now and they're a point guard, I loved how her head was on the swivel, but make this pass ahead to Wheeler right there. That was just a beautiful, beautiful pass to Wheeler.
Now, Wheeler has a chance here for her third and fourth points. She is 4 points away, or was 4 points away at the start of the game from moving into the all-time top 10 in Conference USA scoring. So she's not going to get it at this point at the free throw, but now she's 1 point away.
Well, now good Wheeler watch. One more point.
And congratulations for her to get to this very historic milestone. Needing a point to get into the top 10 all-time in Conference USA scoring. Robertson puts it on the floor a couple of times, gives it to Nativi, kicks it over to Bates. 3-ball, looked good leaving the hand, but it was a little bit long. Boulder-Reva saves it. And the Blue Raiders out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, a very populated suburb, so to speak, of Nashville. It's its own city in a beautiful part of that state. Oh, nice move by Wheeler. Gets inside, misses with the left hand. Wheeler did a really nice fake to get to a layup position, but could not finish, and that was basically uncontested. She won't miss many of those.
No, she won't. You can tell she's used to getting that ball on the hoop a lot, and, you know, she got to be able to play through these frustrations.
Speaking about getting to the hoop a lot, how about Scott? Scott has just been unstoppable, quite frankly, by anybody defensively for Louisiana Tech.
I like them for this matchup because right now, 15, nobody has an answer for her.
And Scott intercepts the pass and has another lay-in. All of her shots have come within 2 and 3 feet, and Louisiana Tech's going to take a timeout here. It has gotten a little sloppy the last couple of possessions for the Lady Techsters, and a 1-point lead at the half is now 34-26 in favor of the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, again, those first few minutes out of the second half has got to be very good and to set the tone for the rest of the half.
Middle Tennessee has moved to an 8-point lead after leading by 1 at halftime. And Tamia Scott has been a big reason why. She has been unstoppable on her way to the basket for layup after layup, and is very, very quick with and without the ball.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech's having a hard time containing her. And if I was Middle Tennessee State, I would try to keep that matchup going and keep the ball in her hands.
16 points, 7 rebounds, and well above 50% from the floor. This is a big possession after the timeout for Louisiana Tech. Trying to cut into this 8-point lead. This is Guillory. Wanted to set up a play, but Middle Tennessee got in the way of that. Robertson hands it back to Guillory. She'll take the 3. And that one got the bounce off the iron and then softly dropped through the twine. And that's a big, big bucket for Louisiana Tech and the freshman Guillory.
Yeah, maybe that could be the spark again that the Lady Textures need to have to get them going again. Last time, first half, it was Worm. Maybe this time it could be Guillory. She's known to do that.
That's nicely done, very patiently. By Boulder Rava. And Robertson defended as well as she could, but Boulder Rava just had spin moves and pivoting and finally whirling around till she was able to clear enough with a short little kiss off the window.
Yeah, there's not much there that Robertson could have done. She's very patient with her footwork and all her counters to all the moves. It was very, very nicely executed.
5 on the shot clock, 3 ball up from the left side. No good, and grabbing the rebound and running is Gregory.
Lady Textures seem to kind of be a little flat, not crashing the boards offensively. Need someone to kind of get this Lady Texture team going again.
Wheeler dribbling on the outside of the arc. Now is picked up by Brannon. Wheeler kicks it out. Back inside they go to Boulder Rava, and she'll back up and hit it.
That's tough.
Middle Tennessee has started this third quarter like it started the first quarter. And then the second quarter belonged to Louisiana Tech.
As Worms checking in, maybe she can get that spark again. As Guillory goes out, looks like she may have tweaked her knee.
Yeah, she is limping. She's had 2 knee scope surgeries. That coming very early in the season. And they are looking, I think, at her right, well, one of her knees. I think her right knee. Boy, you just hope that that's nothing serious after fighting her way back from those 2 surgeries. Brannon, of course, missed 10 months coming off ACL surgery. You see the brace she wears on her right leg, number 24 in white. Louisiana Tech lines up in an I formation, now breaks off of it. Bates fakes left, dribbles right. 2 seconds, Worm has to shoot, misses, and the rebound pulled off by Scott. That's number 8. She's closing in on a double-double.
Tell you, it's been really fun to watch Wheeler and Gregory on the Lady Raiders team. They're just defending the guards of the Lady Textures, just relentless on it.
They're interchangeable too, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They're fun to watch.
That was Wheeler who missed that running layup, and that's blocked by Scott. What cannot she do? She can score, she can rebound, and she can play defense.
Watch here how she elevates. Great timing of that. She's very athletic, very long guard, and it's really caused some matchup problems with the Lady Textures.
Worm hands it off to Nativi. Bates fakes the middle, goes to the baseline, stutter dribble, kicks it out, 3 ball from the wing, got it. That is Vukovic, the sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia. That's a big, big bucket for the Lady Textures. The lead is 6 for Middle Tennessee. Gregory lobs it down, hoping to get it to Boulder Rava, who had rolled, but the timing was a bit off on that.
You can tell they did that a lot.
4:26 to play in the third quarter. Middle Tennessee 38, Louisiana Tech 32.
Johnny's Pizza House is bringing the Bayou straight to your plate. Sweep the Swamp is back, and we've captured the very essence of Louisiana in every single slice.
Hey, you ain't got to feel it.
Loaded with crawfish, shrimp, a generous taste of crab, andouille sausage, bell peppers, a kick of jalapenos, sprinkled with Cajun spices, and topped with mozzarella cheese. It's where tradition meets taste, and where every slice is a celebration. Gather around the table and roll up your sleeves with Johnny's Pizza House. Let's share a slice of Cajun cuisine.
She said she wasn't hungry. She only wanted a bite. But this isn't just a patty melt. This is a Whataburger patty melt. The all-time favorite. With 2 all-beef patties, Monterey Jack, grilled onions, and creamy pepper sauce. So 1 bite became 2. And 2 became mine. Just a bite, huh? Mark that one down as a lesson learned. The Whataburger patty melt. Just like you like it.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
With former Lady Texter captain Katie Hall, I'm Len Rollins, 38-32. Middle Tennessee leading by 6. And let's take a look at the 2 big scorers for Louisiana Tech. Scott and Boulder Rava have 32 of these 38 points. So you don't have to look around too long and decide, hey, we need to stop these two players.
Yes, and I think Scott's been a really tough matchup. I think they knew going in that Boulder Rava was going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah.
But I tell you, Scott, even from the get-go, her first basket that she scored, I was like, uh-oh, that's going to be a tough one for them to guard. I feel like she's very athletic and can score around the rim. She's very quick to the ball, quick to rebound. It's a tough matchup for the Lady Texters.
Her first step is extremely swift. And if you get up on her, she can go around you quickly. If you stay back, it gives her a little more room to work. So it's a tough matchup. She's very much of a slasher on her way to the goal.
And I'm sure Wheeler's been used to kind of, leading the team in scoring and trying to, looking for her shot. I'm sure she'll get going here. But defensively, she's been amazing. Wheeler has been. She's taken a little point guard out of the game for the Lady Texters.
Guillory is back in the game. That's a good sign after limping off a few moments ago. The TV gets it down to Worm. Her shot is blocked. Boulder Rava was able to block it, but then Louisiana Tech's going to get it back again.
This might be the break that the Lady Texters might need right here to get things back on swinging them toward the momentum on their end.
Did they call a 10-second call?
No, I think it went out of bounds.
That's what I thought. But then one of the officials held up both hands with the fingers spread, as in 10. I'm not sure.
I think they're checking to see who the ball went out on.
Okay. We are told that they are checking the validity of the shot clock. How much time should be placed on the shot clock? 4:04 to go in the game. Shot clock reached 29. This shouldn't take long to figure out. Meadow Overstreet, Kristen Bell, and Travis Jones are the officials tonight, and they've done a really good job. 10 on the shot clock. Worm just holds it. Shot clock down to 5. Worm turns and shoots. Worm scores over Boulder Rava.
Okay, Worm, it's the second outside shot that she's hit. I kind of felt like she should have passed the ball off to the TV as soon as she inbounded the ball, but I like the confidence that Worm is shooting right now.
And then Worm comes over to help defend the slasher, Tamia Scott, who has just been unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 4-point game.
You're so good, Lynn. I love working with you.
Was that a 3-second violation?
I do believe so. I feel like the crowd has been working for that call for quite a while here in this gym.
You don't see that call very often anymore. And players kind of hang out in there, sometimes 4 and 5, before you get the call.
Yes.
Bukowicz passed up a shot, kicks it left side, 3 ball, no, little bit short. Rebound pulled off by Wheeler. Wheeler on the run, 1 point away from joining the top 10 all-time in scoring in Conference USA. All-time in scoring. This is Wheeler. Bounce pass left side to Scott. And some contact and a foul called on Bukowicz. 3 minutes to go. Third quarter. And this one has been very entertaining.
Someone Bates just checked back into the game for the Lady Texters. Maybe she can provide some offensive spark.
Worm hanging in there as best she can. And then some help by Guillory on Boulder Rava. Anastasia Boulder Rava. Watch Boulder Rava just keep spinning, pirouetting. There's one fake, comes back the other way. Worm doing a great job. And then the help by Guillory, but a foul on Guillory apparently. And Guillory jumped in there. She did the right thing.
Yes. You can tell that's part of their game plan is when they're maybe wanting to double down on the low block whenever she gets the ball down there.
Boulder Rava and Scott have just about every point for Middle Tennessee. Guillory comes away with a loose rebound. On the run. Prancing into front court. Guillory asks her teammates to clear out. Gives it to Worm on the top. Nativi went down the right side of the lane. Now Morris does the same thing, and that's touched last by Morris.
I was just thinking that with the guards being overplayed as hard as they are, they ought to look to go back door. But guess who's back there? As soon as they do have that back door, you still got Boldareva just waiting back down there. But that was just a little kick ball by the Lady Textures there. But I like the idea of going back door.
The lead is 5 for the visiting Blue Raiders out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Not far from Nashville. This is Boldareva backing in, spinning back, and scoring.
Right now, the Lady Textures really just don't have an answer for that.
Worm has been the most effective defensively, for sure, for Louisiana Tech on Boldareva, but Boldareva is a smooth pivot player. Morris, stutter dribble. That ball's slung over to her teammate Bates. Puts it on the floor a couple of times. Guarded very closely to Worm. And Worm drops in another one. She was a step in front of the free throw line and beautifully arched it home. And Worm, Mackenzie Worm, is starting to become an offensive force. She is not known as a scorer, but tonight, yes.
She did a great job of finding the open space. Her man helped off a little bit. Was able to find that. It was very nice. And then knocked down the shot. Very smooth.
Worm saves the loose ball on the baseline. This is Bates kicking it back to Worm. Nativi gives it off to Guillory. Bukowicz coming back in at the next whistle for Louisiana Tech. 15 on the shot clock. 70 seconds left in the quarter. Guillory for 3. No. Rebound to Louisiana Tech as Worm is able to run it down. Cross-court pass, and a foul called with a player going down hard. That is Gianna Morris, a freshman from Sherwood, Arkansas. As she's laid out flat as a fritter on this court.
Yeah, Coach Storr really felt like there was a lot of contact around the neck and was wanting to look at the replay possibly, but I think it was incidental. It was a great call. It may have been a little bit late by the officials, but I thought it was the right call.
Guillory goes to the bench, and Bukowicz comes back in for Louisiana Tech. Reverse layup, but there was a foul before the shot, I think. It is a blocking foul down on the baseline. And it is not a shooting foul. So Louisiana Tech will line up in a box formation. They've got 2 players on the elbow and 2 down low on the lane. Let's see what they break off of. Nativi will throw it in play, gets it to Robertson without too much difficulty. This is Bates. Had a little shizzle to rock through and then kicks it out. And Bukowicz nails it. Now, she also is a player who is not known for a lot of offense.
No,
but she has shot confidently today.
She has, and she's had a defensive assignment right here. That's the toughest one I feel like on the court right now.
No doubt, Katie.
And she's done a good job with them.
That's trying to guard Tamia Scott. Nobody's been able to do it.
Well, with Boldareva out, you really feel like they can make a little run here, maybe try to get the ball inside to Robertson like they tried.
Only 8 seconds left in the quarter. Bukowicz fakes left, dribbles right, 4 seconds. Robertson for 3. Did she get enough of it? No. Rebound to...
She's like, I don't know about that, because she also threw me an elbow. I think that's what, I speak Italian now. That's what she said.
Is that right?
That's what she said. She elbowed me first.
Well done.
Yeah.
8.5 to play. in what has been an entertaining game. And nobody has stopped number 15 in blue. That's Scott who gives it up. Down to Boldereva. And another short-range shot.
That's just tough.
They just don't have an answer for Boldereva or Scott. Those two by far have carried this Blue Raiders offense.
Do you want to know whose name you have not said pretty much today? Is number 22 for the Lady Texters, Morris.
That's true.
They have done a face guard, deny. The girl is not touching the ball at all, and the offense runs to her. And
she can make things happen.
They've done a good job on her defensively.
She is defending now against Wheeler. Well, she's held Wheeler down, though.
Yep.
She's done her part defensively, but she's not been able to get involved in the offense. Shot clock at 9. Ooh, looked like they got away with a travel, but Robertson steps in front of the pass, anticipating it beautifully on its way to the post player. And Robertson was right there for the interception.
Well, they missed her earlier because Robertson hedged really hard, and Bola Deva was open, and they missed her early. It's probably why they called the travel.
And Morris gets in trouble, got into the thick part of the defense down near the rim and lost it out of bounds on the shot. Louisiana Tech's bench is claiming that ball was touched last by the Blue Raiders, but they won't win that argument. 7 minutes and some change to go. Boldereva back to the bucket. And did she take steps? Yeah, yes. She did. 45-42. Louisiana Tech with a triple can tie this game. The biggest lead has been 11 for the Blue Raiders, and the biggest lead has been 3 for Louisiana Tech. The TV looking inside, but nothing available there. Here's Morris. Worm is posting up. This is Worm. Not going to be able to shoot it from there. Morris comes up firing a little bit short. Rebound to Scott, and I think she's got a double-double now. We'll check the numbers. 6:30 to go. 45-42, Middle Tennessee by 3. Wheeler spinning, kicks it out to Boldereva, and that is saved to Louisiana Tech. Now TV was able to get the throwback.
Another great hustle play by Courtney Whitson from the Lady Raiders, just trying to get that inbounds ball from going out of bounds. I like her in her continuing hustle plays.
Do you have the Scott rebound numbers in front of you? Let's see what we can find.
Still have it at 9, but it's loading right now, so I think you are right. It was at 9, now it's at 10.
We've got a timeout with 6:11 to go. We will take a timeout right here. Middle Tennessee has come to Ruston and leads by 3 over the Lady Texters. This game is tighter than the top string on a Texas fiddle. Middle Tennessee 45, Louisiana Tech 42, with just over 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Let's look at what's upcoming for Louisiana Tech. Here is the upcoming schedule for the Lady Texters. No, those are Conference USA standings. We'll check the schedule in just a moment. Worm leans over the dribble with just about 6 minutes to go. Worm takes the return pass, pivots, tries to put it up, and Boldereva is there. And Boldereva heard the whistle. She's kind of exhaling and saying, hey, that wasn't a foul, but she's going to get charged with one.
She may have thought she got away with it because the whistle may have been a little late, but I do think there was a little bit of contact on the arm right there.
Yet.
There you go, sticking Russian again.
Let's see what Worm can do. She's got good form. Let's take another look at this contact, such as it was. Yeah, a little body, and maybe that hand was up on the wrist. Worm a little long on the second free throw. Boy, free throw shooting is critical, and Middle Tennessee really good at the stripe as a team. 76+%. That's outstanding.
That's great for a team. Absolutely.
Here's the handoff to Wheeler. Still needing 1 point to break into the top 10 in Conference USA career scoring. That was almost a 3-second call, but that very smooth center Boulder Rava just kept pivoting one way or the other until she finally was able to work a little bit of an angle.
I wonder if she has any background of ballet in
I don't know. She's up to 21 points. She and Scott have all of the points for Middle Tennessee except for Tenn. They've got 47, and those two have 37. This would be big, and it goes down for Nativi. She has been a reluctant shooter the last 2 or 3 weeks, but she shot that with confidence from the corner, and that's a huge three for the Lady Texters.
Big boost. I like how it has a high arc, and I like the higher the arc is, the more that round rim gets bigger. Good spark there for the Lady Texters.
Scott forced into a bad shot, gets it back and puts it back in. And she does have the double-double. 18 points, 10 rebounds. Timeout taken by Middle Tennessee. And we will take a look at the upcoming Louisiana Tech schedule. Boy, what a game we have had as we look at what's upcoming. Louisiana Tech will go to Liberty on January 13th, then come home against Jacksonville on the 20th, out to Texas El Paso on the 25th, at New Mexico State, and then Florida International on the 1st. So there'll be a few bus miles upcoming for Louisiana Tech, and some plane tickets as well. Woo! Back and forth we go here.
Coach Insel there in that timeout, he was really letting Courtney Whitson, number 33, have it. I think there was a mismatch there on the defensive end that he did not like, and he let her know, and now she's having to sit down for one possession.
49-46. Louisiana Tech needs a 3-ball to tie. And instead, it got the deuce. A deep deuce. There is Gianna Morris. She's been silent offensively, but that's a big clutch bucket for the Lady Texters.
Yeah, she finally got some space, a little room to get the shot off. That was a beautiful shot.
The lead is 1 for the team in blue. Scott almost fumbled it away. Wheeler comes away with it with 10 to shoot and then throws it away, but into the hands on the deflection to Boulder Rava. Is there anything she doesn't do? Puts it on the floor. Guarded by Worm again. Boulder Rava loops it up. Worm may have altered that shot. And here comes Louisiana Tech. Bukowicz on the move. She hit a big three a few moments ago, did Bukowicz. This is Worm at the top. Boulder Rava will not come out that deep to guard her.
I don't blame her.
A late pass to Worm. She gets tripped up, out for a three, and it rims out, missed by Bates. And then the block by Boulder Rava on the shot by Nativi.
Wow, that was a great timing block of Boulder Rava right there.
It was. It didn't look like she was going to be able to get there at first, did it?
Very deceptive.
This for three, and instead we've got a foul underneath the bucket, and it's against Boulder Rava. Anastasia Boulder Rava committing the foul. Let's take a look at number 2 in blue.
Four.
49-48. Middle Tennessee by 1. 3 minutes to play. Louisiana Tech can take the lead with this possession.
Yeah, Coach Storr trying to get the crowd involved a little bit, get a little help, get things going.
Backdoor cut off the hands of Nativi. Louisiana Tech had set that up beautifully. Nativi faked outside, went inside. Robertson saw it coming, put it right on the hands of Nativi, and she could not hold it. Oh, that was a bucket in the making for Louisiana Tech.
They're going to want that one back.
Scott crashes into Robertson. Offensive foul, I think. Or did they get Robertson for the block? Both teams are pointing in opposite directions, and they're going to give it to Middle Tennessee. You see another look at it. There was no foul called, was there?
No foul call.
No contact.
The Louisiana Tech fans are in a frenzy right now because, oh, what a turnaround bucket. I tell you, the replay showed where it looked like it was off of Middle Tennessee State, and the fans saw it, and then that's just unfortunate here for the Louisiana Tech to be able to get the foul and one that Lady Raiders just had.
Everybody knew about the potential of Boulder Rava in the middle, and she has been better than advertised. Louisiana Tech had a chance to take the lead on its last possession. Instead, it's now a 4-point game. Middle Tennessee leading.
I would look to go inside here with Robertson against Boulder Rava. She's got 4 fouls.
Nativi with a beautiful feed down to Robertson, a one bouncer. Robertson was hanging back, shot to the goal. Nativi put it right in her hands for the layup.
Beautiful execution there by Lady Textures.
52-50, you hear the chant. Defense, defense. Scott, who's been so tough. Boulder Rava way away from the bucket. This is Gregory. Robertson comes over to help, and it's going to go back to the home team. Woo, we've got a tight one.
They're going to go to the replay on this one. I guess earlier they could not go to the replay on it, because it's a very similar play that just happened. As they're driving in, trying to draw a foul.
So the replay review is to determine possession after the ball went out of bounds. Who touched this ball last?
Well, that's tough. Right now, the call is Lady Texture basketball, but is it enough to overturn it?
Did it hit Robertson's leg on the way out?
It might have hit her leg. That is so close. And
all right, we'll fast forward it here, and pretty difficult to tell. They may just go with the original whistle, not seeing anything that clearly would overturn the initial call.
Well, this officiating career, I felt like has done a good job.
I do too.
You know it's good when you don't realize they're not there and just letting the players make the plays.
And this has not been an easy game to officiate.
Right there you see Coach Scott Storr, Brooke Storr's husband, and I think he's telling him that the time before totally missed that call, because they were able to see it on replay, but because of the timing of on the clock, they were not be able to review it. So let's see what these three decide to come up with. They have overturned it, and it will now be Lady Raiders basketball.
So I think that angle we saw, which came pretty close to indicating that the ball was off Robertson's leg, I think that's what they saw and have overturned it. Now, all of these possessions are critical. All of them are critical with 1:52 remaining in the game, 4 seconds on the shot clock, and a 2-point lead for Middle Tennessee.
That was a great substitution here to put Worm in on the 4 on the shot clock. Although
Worm replaced Robertson.
Yeah. They're going to lob it.
Oh, they just gave up an easy one. An easy one to Boulder Rava. How did that happen?
They did a little back screen. I thought they were going to lob it up to Boulder Rava. The TV was not heading the basket, didn't see the back screen, and I think that was probably her role in that because she was protecting the basket.
Well, Robertson is coming back in, but Middle Tennessee with a little slick play down on the baseline and got Boulder Rava open for an easy lay-in, an uncontested lay-in. 28 points, 10 rebounds. Scott, not far behind, 18 points, 13 rebounds. Those two in double digits. And how many? 46 points between them, 46 of the 54.
This might be their new dynamic duo. I know they talked about Wheeler in the pregame of this, but tonight it's been Scott's night, along with Boulder Rava.
One minute and 50 seconds to go. Louisiana Tech coming out of the timeout, having give up an easy bucket on the throw-in. Boy, that hurt because Boulder Rava was absolutely unguarded.
Yep, it was a back screen, and the TV should have been helping off with the head in the basket to protect the basket.
Bukowicz brings it up for Louisiana Tech. Uses the high and a TV screen. This is Bates. The Lady Techsters do not need a three here. They just need to get a point of some kind. Bukowicz, stutter dribble, takes it inside, makes a difficult pass intended for Robertson out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Techsters. 11 seconds on the shot clock. 91 seconds left in the game.
That was a great defensive stand there for the Lady Raiders. It just was unfortunate it went off of Boulder Rava.
There has to be a bit of urgency right now for Louisiana Tech.
The shot clock's down to 5.
Now down to 3. And desperation heave. That's going to be a shot clock violation. That heave by Bates as the shot clock was expiring did not hit the rim. Worm is going to check in quickly for defensive purposes and replaces Robertson. .78 seconds to go. There is still time for Louisiana Tech. But the Techsters do desperately need a stop. This is a critical point in the game defensively for the Lady Techsters. Shot clock at 15. Boulder Rava holding it out front. Gives it to Wheeler as we slip under the 1 minute mark in the fourth quarter. 4 seconds to shoot. Wheeler driving. And that is rejected. Nativi came over and said, no ma'am.
What a great block. Very athletic to come over. I thought that was going to be Wheeler's 2 points that she needed, or one more point needed, and they got the shot clock violation there. Great defensive possession there for the Louisiana Tech Lady Techsters.
48 seconds to play. The lead is 4 for Middle Tennessee in its opening Conference USA game. Bukowicz prances into front court. Robertson at the top, 19 to shoot. It's about a 17-second difference in the two clocks. No, Nativi had a shot, gives it to Robertson, in and out, back in. She was able to crawl it over, and we've got a 2-point game, 54-52. 26.8 seconds to go. 2 substitutions. Guillory for Louisiana Tech, as well as Lee. It's been a while since we've seen Lee in the game.
Yes.
And now Worm defensively replaces Robertson.
I'm sure the Lady Techs are going to try to get a quick steal here. If not, they're going to try to foul immediately.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. And there is the foul you talked about, Katie.
That's number 4 team fouls. So they still have some more fouls to give. And Coach Thorne's probably going to sub in here, some subs to get in here to get some fouls.
Guillory goes to the bench, and returning is Autumn Smith. We haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, this is her first time in the game. And she's in there strictly to...
And that ball is going to go back to Louisiana Tech. Autumn Smith was defending, and the Blue Raiders receiver stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
That was a really good job. Heads-up play to try to get the steal first and then foul second. But they stepped out of bounds even better, not having to foul there. That was very good heads-up play by Autumn.
A lot of fingernails have been chewed to the nub tonight.
I think Savannah Wheeler was probably anticipating them to foul or to call the foul.
Now, she could have called a timeout as well, or it could have come from the bench.
Right. But I think she was anticipating them fouling pretty quick and not thinking she was going to get bumped out of bounds. Just a little bit lackadaisical, a little bit lazy with the ball right there at the entry.
24.7 seconds to play. Middle Tennessee, 54. Louisiana Tech, 52. Now they put 25.3 on the clock. Louisiana Tech has one timeout remaining. Middle Tennessee has a pair. Tighten the seat belts, everybody. We get down to the last 25 seconds. It will be Nativi triggering the inbounds pass from the baseline. Nativi looking to throw it in, gets it to Robertson. Robertson hands it off to Bates. Bates on the baseline. Robertson fakes, takes it inside, loops it up, and crawls it over. We've got a brand new ball game at 54. Middle Tennessee takes a timeout. 10.4 seconds to play as Robertson has come up big with a couple of crawl-over baskets the last 2 minutes.
Well, I tell you what, defensively there for the Lady Raiders, I felt like it was a very good possession. And I loved how Robertson just wanted the ball and took it to the rack and was able to clutch that shot as it goes down for their senior leader. Back for her 5th, 6th year. She's such a great leader for this team, on and off the court. Big bucket there. Now here comes some defensive stand.
Let's take another look at this game-tying basket by Anna-Lar Robertson. She was able to loop up the floater. It hit the rim, crawled over. Now the options for Middle Tennessee obviously are Boulder Reba and Scott. And there's time to get those two involved because there's still 10.5 seconds to play. That's a wild shot put up and Worm rebound. A wild, very undisciplined shot by Jalen Gregory. That's not what Middle Tennessee wanted coming out of the huddle.
Man, but she was called for it. She was wanted. I agree with you. I feel like they should have gone with Scott or go inside. But it gives the Lady Textures got to advance the ball at the court. They got to take another look here.
There was no chance for that shot to go in. Bates was bodying up legally, defensively. But I am just shocked that they didn't get it to Boulder Reba, who's been unstoppable in the middle, and also to Scott, who's been unstoppable slashing and driving to the bucket.
Well, give credit, too, to the Lady Texans and their defense. You know, they maybe took those options away. I'll have to go look at it again, but for me, I would have gone inside. .8 seconds right here as the Lady Texans inbound the ball right there in front of their bench. Let's see what kind of play they're going to draw up here.
This possession for potentially the win. Bates will put it in play to Robertson. Gonna have to shoot it. She does. Off the backboard, no good. And we go to an the shot clock. Bates with the stutter dribble comes up firing on line, but a little bit long off the back iron. And the rebound, the 11th one, goes to Boulder-Rava.
Yeah, I would have loved to see them get the ball inside of Robertson just then. It's still with Boulder-Rava. She still has 4 fouls. At least try to make a play defensively to possibly get her fouled out. What a beautiful touch, the reverse layup there by the 6'6" post player from Russia.
30 points now. 2 Russians on this team, as well as an African and a player from Hungary. That's Robertson, no good. Put back by Nativi would not go either. 2 pretty good looks there by Louisiana Tech. 58-56. Louisiana Tech got the first bucket in overtime, but 2 straight hoops by Middle Tennessee. This is Scott. Nobody's been able to guard her. She gets to the rack, but leaves it a little bit thin off the window. Here comes Bukowicz. You know, quietly, Bukowicz has 8 points off the bench.
She does, and if you also look at the plus minus here, which I love that stat they do now on the stat sheets, but she's got, her plus minus is 9, which is pretty good looking across the board. So when she's in the game, some good things have been happening. She's been very good defensively and then also able to contribute offensively with a couple of threes.
Shot clock at 6. And now at 4 as it goes out of bounds. So the Lady Texters are going to have to hustle with 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock and 2:04 left in the first overtime period. Bates off the throw in. No good. Rebound to the Blue Raiders. And again, here's Wheeler, held to 1 for 8 from the floor. And 3 points. That's going to go to the Blue Raiders, I think. No, it was touched last.
I think they're going to review it probably, I would think.
Colleagues from other eras.
People that I always looked up to playing who paved the way for the late Texter program.
You see the numbers there. Middle Tennessee just having its way in the paint. But the only numbers that matter are on the scoreboard. Worm hands it off to Morris. Back to Nativi, down to Worm. And the jump shot from 17, good!
What a
Gianna
big
Morris.
shot.
Oh, what a big shot by the freshman from Sherwood, Arkansas. Guess who? Guess who? Boulder-Rava again. Anastasia Boulder-Rava is having one whale of a game. That's 32 for her. Tech's got a score. Reverse layup. Didn't get there by Bukowicz. 40 seconds to play in overtime. The lead is a pair for Middle Tennessee. There's about a 16-second difference between the clocks. Shot clock at 7. Worm pulls off the rebound after the miss by Wheeler.
Great defensive stop there by the Lady Texters. That
a chance to tie or win. And a block. The ball is loose. Wheeler's covering it up. The possession arrow favors the visiting team. Oh, my. That's Guillory. A lot of contact in there. A lot of contact in there on Guillory, as I saw it. No whistle. The ball was loose, tied up by Wheeler, and the possession arrow favors Middle Tennessee.
No, I think Middle Tennessee called the timeout.
Oh, did they?
So now I think they get to advance the ball as well.
So 10 seconds to play in overtime. My supposition is you've got to hack and hope right now and try to get Middle Tennessee at the free throw line with as little time elapsed as possible as we restart play with exactly 10 seconds to go in overtime.
Yeah, with Louisiana Tech still only has 14 fouls. They still have a few more fouls to give to even get to the free throw line.
That actually works against you
yeah.
in this situation.
Yeah.
Scott will throw it in play. This is Gregory, and she is fouled. 8.2 seconds to go. Well, this is, I think they didn't update the scoreboard. Yeah, they.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's see. No, it will be they will shoot free throws apparently. So I think this is going to be Gregory shooting free throws. If Gregory hits them both, that might be the dagger. There's one. It's a three-point game. A very big free throw coming, and Gregory drops both of them in cleanly. She showed no hesitation and just ripped them both.
Yep. Didn't even draw any iron. You can tell that she's an excellent free throw shooter. Like you said earlier, this whole team is very good at shooting free throws.
8.2 seconds to go. Somehow you've got to score immediately and then foul. According to the data we have, Louisiana Tech does not have a timeout remaining. Middle Tennessee has one. Louisiana Tech will get it in quarter court at its offensive end, opposite its bench. What a battle we have had here. Louisiana Tech's 5-game winning streak on the line. Robertson has it, got to shoot it, just got to shoot it. Bates on for three, ripped it home. 3.9 seconds to go.
What
Bates,
a big bucket.
Bates just rammed it down under pressure from distance. And here we go. Let's take another look at Selma Bates.
As good as the Lady Raiders defense has been on the perimeter of the Lady Texter guards, it's kind of hard to believe that they were able to get Bates that open for a shot.
Well, she fired that one from the Arkansas line. My, was that a big bucket. Robertson kicks it out to Bates from close to NBA range. And she is the Sultan of String right now. But Middle Tennessee still has a 1-point lead, and so it's hack and hope again for the home team. But here's the deal. If Middle Tennessee makes both free throws, it's still a one-possession game because Tech could tie it with a 3.
Yes, and there's no more timeouts. And so right now I'm sure that they're trying to figure out a way to drop a quick play off of a made free throw to get it down for 3 or just,
Because
obviously just miss it.
If Tech brings it in, they're going to have to take it the length of the court.
Right. But these are things that these coaches, they work on.
Now, they have
practice.
reset the clock to 4.2. Every tenth of a second counts right now. All right, let's wind it up.
Let's see if they can keep the ball out of the hands of number 10, Gregory, who just nailed 2 free throws. I would look to go back to her again for the Lady Raiders.
I would too, and they are too, and Tech double teams her. That's smart play by Louisiana Tech. Really intelligent play coming out of that timeout. You could see the double team. They did not allow Gregory to get her hands on the ball. Instead, it will be Courtney Whitson,
who's only shot 15 free throws for the entire season, shooting 66%.
So
She's 10 of 15 from the free throw line this entire season.
3.2 seconds to go. So this is probably the best scenario for Louisiana Tech, given the very good free throw shooters on most of this roster.
Big bucket there.
Very big. .2 seconds to go. Louisiana Tech does not have a timeout. Now they're going to let Robertson and Brannon switch again. Meanwhile, Whitson can give her team a 3-point lead, and she does. So it's down to this, 3.2 seconds to play. Middle Tennessee leads by 3. Bukowicz at the horn, off the window, and rolls away.